So that's how it got Kimbra and myself talking about pro athletes and sportsmanship and Kangen water, right? And so we thought, you know what? Let's just do it online. Let's just have a chat about it. So, Kimbra, remember you shared with me about, what's her name now?
Jen Keddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Jen She's a professional volleyball player in the States. And like we know how hard like pro players push their bodies and stuff like that. So she was first introduced to Kangen water through a journey of cancer. Yeah, she was doing really well, like in her profession, and and then she just crashed and found out that she had cancer, and which was a very big shock. She's only very young, but she went through like 5 months intense chemo, and someone introduced her to the Kangen water. And
yes, that's right.
And that did, like, she's no claims to it. She has no health claims to the Kangen water. It was all to do with the hospitals and her chemo treatment. But what the Kangen water did was it detoxed her body. It helped. Yeah, it just helped her on her journey back to playing pro basketball again. And
not basketball, volleyball. She was playing pro volleyball.
Basketball, volleyball.
Actually, Kimbra, I pulled it.
Yeah, basketball's so huge here in Tassie as well. So basketball's on my mind.
It is. Yeah. I think basketball is huge everywhere in Australia, which we will talk about shortly as well. Because I thought, given I pulled it up, shall we just play a little bit for people to, obviously it's not our webinar and we're not going to showcase the whole thing, but she has very kindly shared it with us. So I'm just going to share just a little bit of her testimonial. She's obviously based in the States. Let's see if this works.
Living, my job was just taken from me in an instant. Like at that point, it was like, okay, we need to figure out how to survive at this point, right? So I'm diagnosed, I'll never forget it, December 17th, 2017. I'm diagnosed with cancer and I'm in Germany, you guys. I'm in the middle of a professional volleyball season and they tell me this. And I was like shocked, obviously. Like I had no family history, no cancer gene in my body, which I'll get into in a little bit, but I'm diagnosed with cancer. And the span of that picture, this picture right here, the span of that picture to this picture, me getting surgery, was 10 days. I was flown home back to the States. I had an emergency surgery where they removed a tumor the size of a football. And then after that, it was chemo. I'm doing chemo for 5 months. And I do chemo for 5 months. And I'm obviously on the right, this bald, beautiful babe. And in that picture, I have a blood clot, a life-threatening blood clot. And this is just like I had from the chemo. And, neuropathy so bad I could barely walk without looking at my feet. I had no idea they were there. They were so numb. I couldn't hold on to things. My hands were so numb. My migraines, I had fatigue. Brain fog. I had brain fog so bad, you guys, I couldn't spell words. Like I did not remember how to write down letters. And I'll never forget, my mom asked me to write the word free on a piece of paper because we were going to put a piece of furniture outside and, let people know, like, take it, please. I go to write and I literally forgot how to write the letter F. And I was like, Mom, I don't know how to write it. And she was like, oh, it's just like the letter E without the dash at the bottom. She thought I was kidding because it's like, what 26-year-old doesn't know how to write the letter F? And I wrote it backwards. And then all of a sudden it came to me and I was just like, I was like tearing up because your brain is supposed to be working and it literally wasn't. And it sounds crazy. That was the scariest part of my whole thing was like, oh my gosh, my brain isn't working. Like, I don't know how to do this, but I know that I'm supposed to. So blood clots, as I mentioned, fatigue, vertigo, appetite changes, gut issues, acid reflux. I don't miss that. Mouth sore so bad I couldn't eat. I had no immune system. I was on 10 plus pieces of medication from steroids to anti-malaria.
All right, I'm just going to stop there and I'm going to remove it only because, like I said, it's something that she shared with us personally or with Kimbra personally. And so, it was a webinar. She's also a distributor based in the States. And so, but that's what she shared, as Kimbra was saying, she shared that she had cancer and she doesn't take any, there's no health claims to it. It was just basically that, it was the chemo that actually allowed to remove the cancer cells. But what she did was that she used Kangen water to help her to detox her body. And that brought us to thinking like, okay, let's delve a little bit more into the whole topic because obviously in Australia, we've got lots of pro athletes, huge number of pro athletes, as well as just in general, I was saying to Kimbra that we just have so many people, like not just adults, but also our children who are in sports, right? Sports is a big part of the Australian culture, whether it's football or it's soccer or whatever it is. It's such a huge part of it. And therefore, that made us go, okay, that's a big part of us wanting to then share with other people and other families, whether you're pro athletes or not, that how amazing is this living water that we have that can actually help to regenerate and rehydrate, or provide your body with the best hydration to be able to regenerate your cells quickly. So that's how we then got into it, really, isn't it? You wanted to add something, Imbra?
Yeah, like just really want to add, like what H2 is all about. And, you know, it's just such a small, tiny little bubbles that just get deeper into your cells so quickly. Like this is what the Kangen unit's designed to do. So it penetrates like, even your mitochondria cells in your body, like it penetrates them. It's one of the most powerful antioxidants on the planet, H2. And this is what the Kangen produces, molecular hydrogen, like it, and it's called H2. So go look it up. It's the free radicals that like when it goes into your body, like it what do we call it, like the harmful free radicals in your body, that's what it attacks and does its little job, but it doesn't go to good cells. Like a lot of antioxidants today that you take just will go to good cells and bad cells, whereas molecular hydrogen just goes straight to cells that need looking after. Yeah,
that's right. And you know, after Kimber sort of showed me that, and obviously Jen herself, actually in her webinar, she talked about a lot of pro athletes who used it, and that made me actually delve deeper to actually go searching for, okay, she talked about Tom Brady using it, and she talked about a lot of other people. And so I found a couple, well, one was Tom and the other is Ronaldo. While they did not speak about, you know, they were not talking about Kangen itself. As we all know, success leaves clues. And so, you know, I said to Kimber, hey, I've got these videos that I found that let's just share it today. And so, you know, like they say, success really leaves clues. So I'm going to share one with you of Tom Brady. And again, while I say he is not the one talking about Kangen, but look what we saw. That's right. All right, let me see. There it is. I did. I posted. I posted because there is,
video, isn't it? So
yeah, you know, and it's the SD501. Yep, the SD501. Sorry, I spoke over you. Yes, it is for his family, and it's the SD501 sitting on his counter, right? The Platinum Series, which is one that I actually just sold to a beautiful family here in Melbourne, and I recently just earlier in the week, or no, actually last week, at the end of last week, set up for them. So, and it's a beautiful, beautiful unit. So let me just quickly finish off, and I'll show you there.
Quite funny how he has his fridge door open.
So that was Tom Brady. I'll show you another one where I found, and again, like all these are basically, they are online, right? And it's not me, you know, putting it or anything like that.
And this is finding the other one. I just want to add a little bit more about H2, like because it's, like I said, it's so tiny, it's so small.
I'm going to stop. So this one
is small enough to pass through your blood-brain barrier, like and provides protection against free radicals.
Definitely.
That's what it's all about.
And actually, I think Jen was talking about in her webinar. She was talking about that when she did her treatment, that brain fog was a huge part of, you know, what she had, and that as per what you just said, that because the molecules are so small, it actually penetrates very quickly, and it helps with your brain fog. And I mean, I don't know if all of
so good for people after their cancer journeys, you know, like so good for their body and their cells, because chemo is so hard, you know, on your body, and radiation, you know, and like we say, like we're not claiming any health benefits here, you know, that it's going to cure cancer or anything like that. We're just saying what science has provided us. Yeah, like it's just so good for your body. Like I wish I found it a long time ago. Honestly do.
Yeah. And also, Kimber, even yourself, for you yourself, like you were talking about, you know, like before I met you, you yourself have a medical condition that you live with each day. And again, brain fog is also something that you live with, you know, and like I always say, every day
this helps me get through my days, like it does. Like I said to many friends, no, it doesn't make my bone grow back, like where I've got the hole in my temple bone and the noise goes into my brain. But in all other areas, so far it's helping me. Like I hardly get my vestibular headaches anymore. Like still get the odd one, but not as many. I'm very tired from this. Like my brain is super tired from this syndrome, and I get extremely tired, but I rest when I do. But I know when I've been drinking the water how more focused and awake I am. Like, mentally. It's, and my son, oh my God, my son, like, Bentley's up during the day most of the time now. Like Bentley was a real lazy little coot. Like if he didn't have to work or on days off, yeah, he'd be up all night and then sleep half the day. But he said, Mum, I can't talk much anymore. Yeah. So like it's, there's so much to talk about, but we don't have enough time.
Yes.
So,
all right. Let me show you this, which I found of Ronaldo again. Success leaves clues.
Wait till you see. Come on.
I think this was from Netflix, like the documentary.
Okay. That's his wife talking. Yep. Look at that.
Wait, I'm going to pause first. There you see. Do you see it? There it is. It will come out clearer.
Yeah. Pardon me.
There you go. There it is again. So they have a K8 on their bench. So, you know, what can I say, right? What can we say? Look, even it is true. The pro athletes do use them.
Listen, it has been
all right, let me take that off. As handsome as Ronaldo looks, and I would like to have him on there. Let's remove him from our screen.
So, Sharon,
I know.
We're a real quick, Kimbra, let's jump on and do a live while we're doing a Zoom.
I know. I know. I do this to all my teammates. I go, let's go live. Let's just do it. Yes, it is all very real. So, so really, I mean, all we really wanted to talk about was that, you know, just wanted to showcase that this water does quite amazing things. Obviously, you've seen that. Yes. Oh, look at the baby. Look, they, you know, obviously there's pro athletes who are using it. You know, those two were the few that we showed. Jen obviously is a pro athlete in the volleyball space. There are lots of other golfers and a few other people that we have, you know, documents on that we can share with you if you're interested. And that's really it, that we just wanted to share that, you know, not just pro athletes, that how amazing this water could help pro athletes. It's also just in general that, like I said earlier at the start, that we are a nation of sports. Sporting is a huge part of our community, and our kids do sports. And nowadays we seem to, you know, not just we as parents, or that, you know, they themselves really sometimes push themselves so hard, and therefore it's really important for us to keep up with the kind of hydration that our body needs. You know.